appreciate y'all chilling and politicking and paying attention because it's real vital. You heard me? Trench Talk TV. So that's what it's gonna sound like. It ain't gonna sound like nothing sugarcoated. It ain't gonna sound like what you want to hear. It's gonna be Trench Talk.
What the business is, who the witness is, man. We want to welcome y'all to another episode of Trench Talk TV, where we aim to explore, educate, and exhibit perspectives from the trenches everywhere. Here at Trench Talk, we take pride in giving solutions to problems, exchanging information, and just holding each other accountable. And if you wonder why we had the gavel in here, we tend to hold court here and there. And that's just what we pushing. Today with me, I got my co-host Aaron 087.
Whoa.
Trey.
Yo.
And Cooch Magooch. She's special. She a special co-host. She do not identify as a gender.
I'm special.
She gonna explain that to us later. But
she get on my nerves.
This is Trench Talk TV cast, co-host, host, and we're gonna start this thing off with a temperature check, man. We didn't skip the week. We didn't have Easter took place. How y'all Easter? How y'all week was? How y'all weekend?
Oh yeah, it was lovely. My little stepdaughter got baptized.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's good. That's the situation you was telling me about.
Yeah.
My baby daddy said he gotta get baptized again because he feel like he got demons on him.
What you talking about?
That's the baptism.
She got baptized in the Catholic Church.
Tell them about this. Tell them about that.
About the
Your baptism situation and what you was hoping didn't happen with that.
Oh yeah. I don't believe in the Catholic stuff. So I just hope that my son, mama, I hope they don't try to put my son into no baptism up in that Catholic church, because I ain't gonna be nice about that.
So they baptize with water in the Catholic church too?
They do, but like it's like over like they don't like submerge you into the water. They like you basically just bend your head over like some water, and they just pour some water on your head.
Okay, yeah, I see that before.
Let them know the religion. I believe that your kid's mom, what she identify with?
Catholic, because she was raised her daddy
Baptist.
her daddy Catholic and her mama Baptist. So she was brought up in like both churches.
She made that up.
I never ever thinking about co-parenting with anybody. I never thought about them situations, knowing that you done raise your kids up a certain way, and mama or daddy end up trying to take it another way.
Well, the mama's Catholic now. The mama's Catholic now, but she was on that. She was still Baptist for a long time in their relationship. So she stayed like they went to two different churches. They'll go to church with her mom, and it'll be at a Baptist church, and then they'll go to church with her dad, and it'll be at the Catholic
church. You spend a lot of time on your knees.
Catholic church is weird to me. It feel like a ritual. It's not really like church. It's like
the whole time.
You pray a lot.
Yes, it's weird. Then for the best, he walked around and he was hitting people with water. I got splashed with some water. I was upset. Like, I'm going, what is that? I just don't like the ritual part of how they go about their church, and it's weird. That's why I just hope that they don't try to just volunteer to baptize my son in the Catholic church. Don't do that. I'm gonna kick the doors in that church. They ain't gonna like me that day. I ain't gonna be nice about that.
That was just a crucial talking point he brought up a couple of days ago, and when he brought up the baptism, I wanted him to share it. We can start it other end. Cool. How your weekend? How your week been? Your holidays? Your Easter holidays?
It was great. Spent a lot of time with family for Easter. Had a nice time. Went in early. I ain't go out that night.
Was it Easter or Resurrection Sunday? My bad.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yes, it is. So that's why I ain't gonna say that.
You ain't take the bait. What you got though? You say you didn't go out?
No, I went home. I enjoyed myself and my family though. Food was good. We had a big old cook-off. So it was nice.
Good vibes.
What you did?
Man, I had a quiet Resurrection Sunday. I was on a laptop majority of the day. My kids was with their in-laws or whatnot. and they enjoyed theirs. They came back, been working all week, and that's about it. Been gearing up, getting rested up for this show. I done got a temperature check from everybody. I'll let you do your own due diligence.
I had a wonderful Easter too. You know what I'm saying? Despite the circumstance of the situation, it was beautiful.
Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that. We're going to jump straight into it then, since we ain't got nothing excited that they're having in our personal lives too much to talk about in the last week or two. But we're going to start this off with, I want to send condolences out. Rest in peace to Samuel Brown and Madison Sims, I believe, 2 teenagers from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, that got in a bad wreck with a big truck after prom. They died. It was a big thing. They had bought matching outfits, the pink and white. They did real nice. They looked real nice. And tragically, unfortunately, they had that accident after prom that they were fortunate to make it out of. Condolences to the family. Man, that made y'all, when y'all saw that, that made y'all think about y'all kids and the nights that y'all preparing for when they going out on dates and stuff like that?
When you thinking they gonna come back home to
graduate? Right.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate.
It made me think about Tesla. Because like
what Tesla got to do with it?
Like a lot of the people feel like too, because Tesla been having issues with their cars, with them driving automatically. They don't be stopping all the time.
They were in the Tesla.
They was in the Tesla.
Sheesh.
And at least how the world felt about it, they don't think that they was driving it manually. It was on automatic. And when they tried to switch it back to manual, it wouldn't switch back in time for them to stop it before it hit the truck.
That sounds like they might have
I think that's something up with Tesla. I don't know if that's true, but I know that that's what
they might have a lawsuit then.
They say that they still investigating that. They still investigating if that's what's going on with Tesla or whatever.
I hope they get to the bottom of that, and if it is Tesla's fault, some kind of way, I hope they're able to make that right. Thoughts and prayers out to that family.
That's weird to me anyway. The fact that it can drive by itself. How do you know that you can trust it? The fact that you don't have to actually drive that car.
I mean,
how much do we trust in technology here? Especially with cars that are moving by themselves. It's still old school on the road. You
don't think you gonna end up getting one?
Nah.
That's where we headed with all this AI and all this technology and what.
You gotta sit while the car charged. Like, it's crazy.
I'm gonna stick with the old petrol, pull up, pay, and pump. In other news, we have an update in a Bob Lee case. That was the executive, the founder of Cash App, who was stabbed and killed in San Francisco. Somebody was arrested. I want to explain. I want to paint this picture for y'all, and y'all tell me what y'all think. Rich tech guy in a tech district in San Francisco. I believe that's one of the biggest tech places in the United States. 2:00 in the morning, stabbed up and killed by this other guy. He was a tech guy, come to find out. The person that stabbed him. They were seen together the previous day. They were with each other's families and whatnot, and 24 hours later, they together, 2 a.m., dude stabbed up and shot. How y'all feel about that?
They killed him.
You think, no, aside from that, you think, at first I thought it was a big, what you call it? A big conspiracy, because right after that, another entity came out the next day with some reports that they were bringing some type of new cryptocurrency or something to the forefront. Bed now, yeah. I found that real odd. I thought that was the case, but I'm just gonna keep it a buck and tell you now, man. This looks like a lovers' quarrel gone bad at 2 a.m.
That was my next point. 2:00 in the morning. What y'all doing?
And that's San Francisco. That's.
I don't know. I still don't put it past what I know the government could do, especially with what I know is happening to the U.S. dollar right now, too. And Cash App, this was right before he was trying to incorporate something that made your money untraceable. and then he died. And this is right when the dollar is depreciating to the point to where they want to make everything digital, and he's creating something to make
Digital.
untraceable.
It could have been a little bit of both. Just like, you know, some people.
So I just don't want to take out the conspiracy part of it. That's still some.
We don't have to omit that at all. It could have been a bigger scheme at play, and just like, you know, people tend to send a female at a man, they just could have just sent what they know he liked.
Just sent what they sent. Because when I seen that, I felt like, man, that man got paid. He got paid to do that.
He being the guy, I couldn't pronounce his name, but he being held without bail, and I'm gonna be following that. I'm interested in where that goes. Down here in the southern region, in Texas, Lubbock, Texas, to be specific, there was a guy named Larry Pearson who's just been sentenced to 70 years for spitting on police officers. From the time he was apprehended all the way up until he arrived at the jail, he was spitting on the officers, and they've basically, it's been in reports and quotes that they've sent the message. They gave that man 70 years.
70 or 7?
70. They gave him 70 years, and might I add, the governor Abbott of Texas, he's about to pardon a white man for killing a Black Lives Matter protester. He about to pardon him, and they just, in the midst of that, giving this dude 70 years for spitting on him.
How you feel about that, Trey?
That's major.
I guess he's trying to make a statement. I mean, that's the ultimate disrespect, but I don't think it warrants 70 years.
I was going to say 70
I think I just
years.
seen in the newspaper. You see it every week. Ascension Parish, Livingston Parish. Shit, they get 6 years for child molestation, incest with family members. So, I mean, I don't know what his angle or what his point was, but I'm sure he got one. I imagine if you look a little further into it, he got a reason for giving him 70 years, besides just spitting.
I know some people like to argue that it's his priors that's going to give him 70, that they just adding that up to, but still, though, like, 70 years.
His prize don't add up.
Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying he should just, because I hate spit. Like,
that's so unprecedented. I feel like he got that had to been a reach, and I feel like he'll end up back in court giving some of that back. That's unheard of.
70 years for spitting on the police?
I mean, that's something you might want to try to see if you can get the court minutes and see what was actually said. Because I'm sure he gave him a reason why he gave him 70 years.
That's crazy. I'm with Abbott in Texas, man. They say don't mess with Texas. I wish I had something. I'm voting for off with Abbott head, man. That something got to be done about that. I hope somebody can end up looking into that. In closer news, more at home news, if y'all don't know, Louisiana lawmakers then proposed a House Bill 442, which would grant peace officers around Louisiana $8.5 million for bulletproof vests. Now, myself, I could think of 100 different ways to use $8.5 million. Being a resident in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, man, how y'all feel about that?
Explain to the people what a peace officer is.
A peace officer, that's the people that y'all see day to day in these patrol cars. You have people that do dispatch, that's behind a podium or a desk that get your calls, and you have the people that ride around, respond to your calls. The ones that you see standing at your gas stations, grouped up at night drinking coffee and whatnot. Them your peace officers. The ones that take the street. $8.5 million in funding for vests. How y'all feel about that? Y'all as taxpayers.
I haven't heard no police getting shot.
Huh?
Well, they need some bulletproof vests.
Speak up, sweetheart.
I haven't heard of any policemen getting shot.
The only police that I know of that have been shot here got shot by somebody that wasn't from here, and that was during the Allen Sterling situation or something like that.
Nah, yeah.
I think it's for just in case, because it's like I feel like I know eventually a war gonna come onto them police, bro. They
Man, Google how much a bulletproof vest is.
He actually said that I forget the brand of vest, but they was $2,500 per vest. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said though, that's for just in case, because it ain't looking good for the police.
I think it's been some of that went on our roads.
Roads.
Anything. Schools.
What you call parks? What you call the gyms, like the brick parks and whatnot?
But they need police though.
We have police.
But this is what I'm saying though. Like this
man.
what I'm saying. Like they don't want to make the job harder to fill. They like it's to the point now where most people are scared of being the police. Not as many people want to be the police now.
Ain't no police that got shot at no time in recent.
That's not changing how people are looking at police now, and they know
that's
that
not my
ain't
point.
nobody.
That best they gonna get ain't gonna change us from looking at them in different
My
ways.
point
That's
is
that's why I said that's for just in case.
You know how much
because the
other
war
stuff
coming
you
on the
money
police.
on just in case.
My point is, why you ain't use that $8.5 million to better serve the citizens of Louisiana?
They don't care about that.
Like
They most scared of losing
underpaid
police power.
teachers that's dealing with these bad ass.
They don't care about that. They most scared of losing police power. That's what they most scared of.
And then I believe I read that the funds was going to be looked over by like the Louisiana Police Commission or some commission in Louisiana. Man, I think it's going to be a lot
What
of.
they do with the old vests?
Man, it's going to be a lot of money. That's a good question. That is a good
Because I just
question.
did the math. That's like 3,400 vests at $2,500 a vest. That's 3,400 vests.
Wouldn't y'all agree that there's more than 3,400 peace officers in Louisiana?
Yes. They looking for more.
You don't think? That math still ain't mathing.
No.
It's going to be a lot of people eat off that. That's the usual United. That's the American way. Man, we got to start going. We got to do better. I know all those probably stay in different districts. Man, we got to start showing up and
to these city council meetings.
To these city council meetings.
But this what I want to know. I got a question, real talk, because I'm glad.
It's a proposed bill too, so you know what I'm saying.
Exactly, it's proposed.
Now, see, I got a question.
What you got?
Like this like real talk now. Since I know we in the trenches, I can ask this. Y'all really think our votes really matter like that?
Absolutely.
So okay. So see, first of all, this is what I want to say. Most of the time, white people and black people don't really be agreeing on a lot of these bills, right?
Yes.
Even on the presidents. Let's say we just talk about the presidents. When the presidential election was going on, and it was Trump and Hillary Clinton, we knew most white people was voting for Trump, most black people was voting for Clinton. Or even the Obama case, you know, most 9 times out of 10, where most of the white people are voting towards, most of the black people are voting towards. Of course, they got some that's mixed in on both sides, but let's say all the white people vote on their side and all the black people vote on their side. What are black people considered, first of all? We are the minority for a reason. Either way it goes, we losing that because all of our votes in Louisiana go into one vote. And that's the majority. We are not the majority. It don't really matter. It's really, to me, it's really something that makes us think that it's matter.
But it doesn't.
But it don't.
Before I can say anything about anything, I gotta first take accountability and know, man, I ain't never voted in my life.
I've never voted in my life either.
It's
Yeah,
so.
I've been voted.
What do you think this? What do you think this false sense of? Because I don't agree with you. Where do you think this false sense of your vote don't count came from?
I mean, individually, maybe not so as if you count single votes, but Yeah, they count.
There are two different versions of them. There's an electoral vote and a popularity vote. And at the end of the day, a president will be elected based off the electoral vote, not the popularity vote.
Me personally, bro, I don't know too many black people myself that I could just reach out and touch. I'm talking about in my age range that just been going out and voting since they've been able to vote. Like,
but y'all
agree.
y'all missing my point.
My siblings vote. Like
You
my mom,
can't get that
always
data.
push us to vote.
Come again?
My mom, like, she always pushed us to vote. Like, all her kids, we was like 18, we were older than them. Like, we all vote. She used to take us. So she enforced that in us to vote that your vote does matter.
Hey, and that's
Like, you
something.
said that you haven't voted and you how old are you? That's crazy to me.
I'll be 30.
Yeah, like, that's crazy.
So you can't complain about.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you,
It ain't your mama's
Nah,
fault. Like,
and
you
I
supposed to do
You
that
can't
yourself.
get that data if you ain't got enough people indulging in the experiment, indulging in the voting. You can't. It's too many people. It's too many factors missing. Enough of us ain't going. Period. Point blank.
and that is true, but I'm still just thinking of the fact of us being the minority and me knowing who the majority is. It's
Like,
gonna
what's the
go
point?
their way every time.
Either way it go, Louisiana is a Republican state. We don't never vote.
I disagree with that.
When
And
you
most
deal-
black people are have democratic mindsets.
When
It's
you
like
deal
they
with bills that got, talking about tax dollars and what money is allocated to, I don't think it's really racially charged votes. Because we thinking about dollars, you know what I'm saying? I ain't thinking about what the niggas want or what the white people want. I think both sides focus on what a dollar wants.
And the
Well,
white
that's-
people gonna put their money where their mouth at for sure.
But what I'm saying is, it's still more of them.
True.
That's the only thing that I'm saying.
But
That
at the same
even if
time-
we all, like, let's say we all vote,
It's just more than the
it's just more of them.
But when we're talking about money, some of these things we're going to agree on. Because our kids going to the same school,
There
we
you
travel
go.
the same
That's
Certain
true.
road.
policies.
Some things we are going to agree on, but one thing that we have yet to agree on is these presidential elections, because most black people would rather Democrats, because Democrats cater more to the lesser end
Hey,
people.
That's a whole rabbit hole. Because in my recent coming into knowing certain stuff about politics, why you a Democrat? Whoever, that's BS. I think I agree a lot more with Republican ideas than Democrats.
I low key do too, but at the same time, you'd have to consider certain things that Republicans push for.
trained
They
up.
push for getting rid of food stamps. We definitely paying back student loans. You know what I'm saying? The taxes, you pay high taxes, but the market
You
be
talking about working
good. Gas
class.
prices be low.
That's basically what you're talking about. The rich and the poor when you're talking about the Republican and Democrat.
Right.
You're going to have different views.
The Republicans, they are about making the rich richer. Democrats are more so we gonna try to cater to more. That's where a lot of the welfare programs are coming from. Democratic presidents.
I think that's
Republicans not doing that. Republicans doing away with all of that.
I agree with that for a long time, but I think that's a shallow way of looking at it. I think the Republican Party is built up off of business, good and profitable,
And
business.
they feel like they wasting money on welfare and government assistance.
What is Donald Trump?
He's a Republican.
Yep.
For sure. He's a businessman. He's a
Man,
Republican.
everybody wants Trump back in there.
Hey,
I want Trump back in.
hold on. Look,
Get money out.
speaking of Trump,
That's what they're saying. Free
Look.
money. We're talking about a businessman.
you done bought Trump up, man. Trump done been indicted and arrested on 34 counts of falsifying business records related to hush money payments in 2016. This is the first time in history a president has had to plead guilty to anything. That's a situation in itself. Y'all ever thought y'all live to see the day that happened?
We're talking about Donald Trump, so I mean, it's believable. It's believable for me.
With him, anything is possible.
He a gangster. He
There's
can't.
been a lot of controversy surrounded by him and his presidency from Jump Street, so I mean, it ain't too far.
Yes.
They let him in there.
He falsified documents that I guess trying to hide the fact that he had then gave Stormy Daniels, a female adult actress, he had to pay her $130,000 and made her sign a non-disclosure agreement that he say that is false. It's fake news. She say she was paid $130,000. They had sex. She was supposed to keep her mouth closed. And even though she signed NDA, there's a clause in non-disclosure agreements that state that can be broken if there is sexual misconduct involved. So that was the loophole she used, and she on Trump ass. They done been in court. She done been ordered to pay over $120,000 in legal fees. And Stormy Daniels said she'd go to jail before she pay him a red cent. That's y'all whoever thought y'all would live to see the day y'all seen this type of stuff in our politics?
I mean, you must have forgot about Monica Lewinsky and Bill Clinton.
I was going to say Bill Clinton had a lot going on.
Did he get impeached or he just faced impeachment?
The only difference is Bill Clinton had all that going on during the time where stuff like this wasn't broadcasted. They can sweep stuff like that under the rug easier back then.
I think I'm more taken back by the fact that he was arrested. But again, that go to y'all what we was just talking about. I think that's low key. She don't want him in jail. He's only arrested and he facing charges for falsifying the paperwork. I feel like it could have been a move of Republicans to want to get him out the way. He doing too much.
He out the way. He ain't president no more.
But it still did because he was supposed to rerun.
He don't have the same. In my opinion, he don't got the same support that he did
when he first started.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think if he was to run, he'll win by a landslide against
Trump. Run again. I don't care what all of that say. Trump run again, he gonna win.
Man, versus who?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the point. That's my point. It definitely ain't about to be Biden again. Yeah, old Biden. And Sanders is just as old, so it ain't about to be him either.
Mom needs to run.
So Trump run, he gonna win it again.
Man, y'all think Donald Trump should have gave us some more money to shut up?
That's what I'm saying. Free Donald Trump, man. Free the money.
Y'all think he should have gave us some more money? How you feel about his whole keeping her mouth closed? Sorry, I said it. But how y'all feel
she
about
did that bad. She probably wanted more money though. He probably should. How much he gave him?
Oh, this is Donald Trump. 130. That's a piss in the bucket.
That's not a lie.
He cried 2 tears in the bucket.
And she know that too. That's not a lie.
Yeah, man. Trump was on one.
He about should have gave her a milli.
That's what I was thinking. More like an M.
He should have gave her a M. Go on, hush up about this. It's Trump. I know you good for
it. Notice too. Ever since he done been out of office, since the day he stepped out of office. You ain't seen what her name is, Melania. You ain't seen his wife nowhere.
I bet they agreed on a milli, and he just gave it on some disrespectful type shit. Like, bitch, I ain't giving you no milli. Here, take this. That's what really made her like, all right, I'm gonna show you.
Free Trump, man. Hope you beat them charges. Moving along from hood politics. LSU girls NAACP championship, first time ever. Congratulations to y'all. Man, y'all did y'all thing. They set a lot of records. I know the views was crazy. They done shot
it. Historic numbers.
Yeah, in a nutshell, they did historic numbers when it come to views.
I love them.
Congratulations to Coach Malky, Angel Reese and Flau'jae. They've been making headlines. They've been doing their thing. Again, shout out to y'all. LSU won the battle, but do y'all think they won the war? That's the question I want to pose to y'all. Like, and to give y'all update in winning the game controversy. There was a lot of what you call them. It was a lot of taunting going on back and forth by the Caucasian chick that played for Iowa, and when Angel Reese, the black chick, did it, all of a sudden it was unsportsmanlike. It didn't need to be done. You had a lot of people come out and curse these girls out, saying that they were pieces of shit, and it just a lot of uncalls for stuff, to the point where I feel like the real victory here their moment was overshadowed. What y'all feel about that?
I mean, it's your it's your regular old shit for when, you know.
I feel like
when we do it, it's your regular old shit. It's
a few layers.
Because at the end of the day, if LSU lost that game, they would have never even it wouldn't even been talked about giving them an invite to the White House too. That wouldn't even been a conversation.
Then it's so many layers to it. You got the racism layer to it. I feel like it's a sexism layer to it, and then you had the president wife inviting losers to the White House for the first time.
That's never been done.
It's never been done.
I ain't necessarily gonna pull a race card on this one. I mean, I'm not gonna dismiss it either. But I think they just had high hopes for the Iowa guard. She was, Steph Curry had shot her out. She was big. She was like the star of the tournament. The whole tournament, she did some numbers. They thought she was gonna be able to carry her team.
She went crazy.
I think they kind of just maybe felt bad for her after seeing how.
So what though?
Angel Reese had, I mean, I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just possibly giving a perspective or angle that they may have looked at it from.
Right.
Because this our people. That's my little white,
But your girl number 4, she was balling too. She was doing her thing. Angel Reese, she had been balling throughout the whole playoffs. And all I'm saying is, let LSU would have lost. They wouldn't have brought up nothing that them other girls was doing leading up to that.
I think it was more so this right here. She did it in the girl's face after she beat her.
Mm-hmm.
The white girl was just, that was her thing. That was her little thing. You can't see me at every game.
Man, I ain't going for it. Shout out to Angel Reese.
Yeah, shout out to Angel Reese.
She took to quite a few platforms after and spoke her piece.
She ain't gonna turn down. She
unapologetic. She doing this for young black girls that look like her.
But she did say she's gonna go to the house with her team.
That was way later.
I know, but she still reneged. She still decided to go. You gonna stand for
I mean, she stood with her team. That was pretty honorable in itself. She stood with her
She
team.
discussed that with her team before she made that tweet.
No, the team was gonna go. She didn't want to go.
I understand that what you're saying. But she said we ain't going. She didn't say I'm.
Shout out to her. Shout out to Flau'jae. Y'all know, I didn't know she was a rapper like she is. I didn't know she was.
She signed to Rap Nation.
Man, since when?
Since early in the school year.
Mm-hmm.
She even took a leave of absence to go do America's Got Talent while they was playing.
That's what I just recently seen, and that performance was crazy.
Yeah, she nice.
I don't want to I don't really too much care for this though, because I also don't want to take away from the confidence level that I know that athletes can have. Me personally, I don't really see nothing wrong with a little bit of confidence and a little bit of
competitiveness.
Yeah,
like that kind of come with us. Yeah.
See, that's when I say the sexism come into play. As men, that been going on. Think about it. We talk. You say
doing that.
You say you didn't want to put the race piece into it. Celtics, Larry Bird. Man, he was one of the most racist basketball players I think on record that we know of. You think about that era and how arrogant he was and in your face with it. On up to now, we feed off that. That's sportsmanship to us, and that's why I feel like the sexism came into play, as well as the racism. We accept it from men all day,
right?
When chicks was what we expect them to, be pretty and out there on the court too.
As hard as I know that they practice, and they work out to win these games that they win, I expect you to feel on top of the world when you win and ring me. I beat you. Let me get that. You know how hard they work to get to that point?
They ain't do nothing wrong.
I don't think so. She did anything wrong either. I think they just was kind of showing a little sympathy for the white girl, to be honest.
That they wouldn't have showed for the sisters, but
yeah, they probably overshadowed the actual winners who, you know, struggled, a new team, new components that just went to the top. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't take that from them. They the NCAA champions 22-23. So, you know.
We ain't never had so much conversation about the losers of the championship ever.
We ain't never had so much conversation about women's sports, if you ask me. So, and that's what I mean when I say I feel like that moment was overshadowed by irrelevant stuff. Shout out to LSU girls basketball team. Moving along, man, I don't know if y'all know Freaknik. It's been a Freaknik. For y'all who don't know, Freaknik was a prominent. Ain't no prominent. It was a black thing that started HBCU derived from HBCU in Atlanta, where black students would go year after year, and it just be full freedom, I guess. It was a lot of young black college kids doing what young black college kids do. And Hulu put together a documentary that they were getting ready to put out, produced by Uncle Luke and Jermaine Dupri. It was set to come out in 2024. But as of recently, 5 prominent women it's been a halt put to the release of the doc because 5 prominent women come out and said that they are scared or worried about the things they did back in the day that's going to possibly be in the doc. So they suing Hulu. I want to know if it was funny as hell to me, bro. This is so many levels. I'm finished giving the facts. It's a group of women. 1 was a politician, 3 were high-level corporate execs, and 1 was a judge.
Man, don't trip by using your college years. Don't do nothing today that you ain't gonna be proud of 15, because this was 20 years ago.
But they weren't the same person they was. Like,
hey, that's the part. You had to go through that to get to where they at.
But I don't want it to be shown. You gotta get my signature.
Hey, look, you got to stand on that business, man.
I'm gonna stand on it not being shown.
I mean, like, check this out. Now I'm gonna ask you this here, since you don't want it to be shown. Mm-hmm. You at Freaknik.
At Freaknik.
You done got all these cameras.
You done got on camera.
What if I didn't know I was on camera?
Ain't no way.
But who knew that was going to be?
Ain't no way.
Okay, say I'm on camera. Okay,
hold on, it's 2023. We got these little micro daddies now.
Back then, boy, they had them years.
You wasn't hiding no camera, so you ain't know you was on camera.
Now what about? I ain't gonna come out 20 years ago. I ain't gonna come out.
So check this out. We finna open up a can of worms.
Freaknik, stay at Freaknik.
That's how you feel about
it? That's how I feel about it.
That was on video then, when they was making Freaknik videos.
Ain't no movie come out all this time. Now y'all want to bring up Freaknik because Uncle Luke needs a little money or something. Man, fuck this.
Man, I ain't finna let you disrespect Uncle Luke like that.
Don't put my business out there, especially if I'm high up, I'm a judge.
You put your business out there, though.
Shit, I bet they can't put. If I put it out, why they need my signature to put it out? I ain't put it out there. They put it out.
They don't need your signature. You just had something to say about it.
How they didn't need my signature when you said it's on hold right now? They can't put it out.
Check this out. And this is how bullshit begets more bullshit.
Listen.
I bet you this was compiled by just a bunch of bootleg videos.
Yes.
Right. I'm pretty sure.
Put together.
As was just like Kanye. I'm pretty sure.
And Hulu decided to put their big name behind it, so, you know, hey, let's go up Hulu and give us a couple hours.
It's unfortunate. I can say that. I want to say it's unfortunate because let me know that either my mama or my sisters or one of them would be caught up on this documentary. I would be upset. I wouldn't want it out either. But at the same time, I know a lot of people want to see this.
I would love to see it.
Check this out.
See what I'm saying?
Because we on our way into murky waters, right? That was 20 years ago. You get in a situation somewhere down in life. You a female. I'm gonna ask you, cool. You meet a dude. Y'all start beginning a relationship on however many years y'all together to where it take y'all getting serious and thinking about marriage or whatnot. At some point, how much about that man you want to know? And what I really want to
I'm a
know,
different female. I know gender. I know everything. I can take some shit some hoes can't take. I
Right.
can understand it. So that's different. You asking me?
you ain't got no, it's not, because you're a female first, and you identify with no gender second. So I need you to give me two different answers.
All right. Give me the question again.
So with a female don't want, I'm supposed to expose my whole stage and you not expose yours, or
That's
is
the
that
thing.
something?
Say it again. A woman don't care about men whole stage. Go back to what we was talking about. Men care about women whole stage. We don't give a fuck about your whole stage. You a hoe anyway.
I beg
With
to
us.
differ. I beg to
How
differ.
you beg
Now, hold
to
on.
differ? Beg.
Is this the coup that don't identify with a gender that I'm talking to?
No, this is cool that identifies a woman as a female.
I disagree. Because a woman not fuck a guy or not deal with a dude based on a certain chick that he done dealt with before.
But a woman will fuck with a nigga based on the type of bitch she fuck with now. So what you mean? I'm getting it.
You ducking.
Man, niggas got ugly baby mamas all day. You still gonna fuck with a nigga 'cause his baby mama ugly?
That ain't
Oh,
what,
she bullshit.
that ain't what we talking about. We talking about a whole stage.
I personally have never been shot down or lost my
'Cause your whole
shot
stage.
because he got XYZ or he used to fuck with XYZ.
Yeah, so what you saying, Tyler? Women don't like whores?
Like,
most women like hoes.
Yeah,
They
I'm saying
want
women don't
they
care.
want a nigga that
Ain't
that
got
another
nobody
bitch don't
want.
know it.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm trying to understand what he's saying. Hold on.
That's because
And I need him to get this across. What make you think women don't like whores or women will mess with a man off his body count and all that?
they wouldn't want it to be. They like to be treated like a hoe behind closed doors.
Where that come from?
What you mean?
No, it's not the question. Your question was, where did that come from?
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Why you don't agree that women care about men like whole stage? Like, why you think we care?
You talking about? Is you talking about bitches that's fucking around for
I'm
the
talking
paper?
about no.
What is we talking
didn't
about?
say
Let's
bitch.
be specific.
We said women. We're talking about women.
See, this is such a broad.
What
subject.
woman you know? I'm not going to mess with him because he has this person, that person, or he used to mess with her. What woman you not going to do that?
I think most
Instead
women
of
be on
men do
Man,
it.
you think dudes? Go ahead.
Most women be on some shit like, as long as he don't make me look stupid while I'm with him, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you. They cool. They don't give a fuck about who you used to fuck with.
You know what I'm saying?
You ain't the same nigga. Everybody ain't gonna get the same. Everybody not the same person.
that's because no men and women not equal. Men and women not equal.
That's
so
what I'm trying to get across to
women
him.
don't.
We're not equal. So
women
women
don't
not gonna
care.
care about your whole stage.
No.
He ain't care. But I want him to get his point
I
across.
don't-
You want a
It
wholesome,
ain't even-
wholesome woman, but a woman ain't saying, "Oh yeah, I want a wholesome man."
That's what I'm trying to get across.
A woman don't want no man that ain't never had sex before. A man want a woman that
That's-
ain't had no sex before.
Yes.
That's
So
the
Tyler,
opposite.
but
That's the
back to
opposite
you.
of what you just said. Obviously, I just done ran into more females that give a fuck about.
What you ready to say it again?
Obviously, I done ran into more females that I guess how big of a hoe or how much of a hoe you not actually matters. That's all.
Okay. We're gonna leave it right there.
That's all. This do tie into a conversation that you, that a question that you had earlier. You want to pose that
With a
to the
black
people?
person?
That's something else to me that's
I mean,
unfortunate
that's kind of
too
gonna tie into
because
the same thing. Like,
Yeah, like
a woman ain't finna ask a man how many women you done been with.
Oh, I ain't gonna fuck with you.
It might come across in just casual conversation, but she's not expecting.
she's
you
not
tell
gonna
her
judge
truth.
off your body count. Men would judge women off their body count. Go back
They ain't
to
gonna judge them because you ain't gonna tell me the truth what your body count is. So I can't
That's
judge
what
you.
you
we
right.
know
We're
for-
never gonna tell the truth. It's our business. You don't need to know.
You done had a lot of dudes. You done had dudes ask you that.
Why
I
the
had
number
one
never-
dude ask me that.
Why the number never be over 10 though? Why it be like, oh, just
Because
10?
y'all already gonna multiply our shit anyway. So what the fuck is we gonna tell y'all the truth for?
Listen to that.
Why would we tell y'all the truth? Y'all don't tell us the truth. You don't tell me why you a hoe. Tell me why you ain't shit. But you wanna know my body count. No sir. No sir.
I don't want to know your body count. It really don't. And I think I mentioned this in an earlier podcast. Man, just tell me about the ones I need to know. I don't need.
What ones you
I
need to
don't
know?
need nobody I'm doing business with or nobody I could possibly just. You know how dudes be.
But at the same time, you know how dudes is. What if you not that dude? Be like, man, I hit that. Oh man, whoop de whoop.
Run it back.
What
for
if
me.
some dudes you could tell, hey, I hit that. I hit your people. But some
Say,
dudes
bro.
you can't
Say,
tell.
bro, look.
Some men can take it, some men can't. But guess what? Who can take it? Women.
Women.
That's
Check-
crazy.
check this
Y'all
out,
weak.
though. check this out.
Hold on.
Weak
Man,
ass niggas.
we live in a cesspool right here in Iraq, so shit, it is what it is.
That's my thing. Everybody fucking
You know what I'm
everybody, but
saying?
me.
I ain't finna say that
I'm
much,
fucking
but
y'all.
this is not a city where you need to be work. Man, just send a bitch to the vet and send a nigga to the vet.
And y'all get y'all paperwork.
Don't worry about
Get
who
the
they-
MyChart app on the phone.
Don't
and y'all
worry.
roll.
Be happy.
You know what I'm saying?
This ain't my conversation.
Get the best out of that person.
Not in
Why
your
ain't your
conversation.
conversation?
Why is that your conversation?
What you mean?
What's your body count? You ever ask somebody their body count?
Body count.
Y'all gonna tell me y'all body count on here? Y'all mean. I'm
My body count.
body count.
I ain't gonna lie.
Tyler, what's your body
I
count?
think I might have. I ain't gonna lie.
Order in the court.
Hold up, y'all want to talk about this? The men's world, it's trench talk.
No, it's the woman's world. We just living in it.
That's something a nigga ain't even thought about.
So
Nigga
cool.
ain't-
So
Nah,
cool.
woman
Can
might
you
have to dump it
can
down
you
to the
agree with
T.
me on this right quick,
I'm
cool?
trying. Let me see.
So like, all right. So if we talking about body count, you don't think that even in the position that like with you being a girl and you know your body, you know how a woman body can be. So is it not different for a nigga to been to fuck 100 females versus a female fucking 100 niggas?
Yes, it's a difference. A woman, you can wear a pussy out. Man, you can't wear no dick out.
So that's the point. So you don't see why a nigga would care what your body count is?
You
yes,
can't wear
I
that-
did.
You can't wear that puss out.
Yeah.
Hold on, why
The
you
baby come out
got
that pussy, man. You can wear that
can't
pussy
wear
out.
that
Try
pussy
something. You
out.
can wear that pussy
Man,
out.
I'm
Trey, I
not
don't
gonna say
believe
that.
in it.
Man, you
I
can't
ain't
wear
gonna
I
that
believe you
puss
can
out.
wear that pussy
I
out.
think.
Say, man, look here.
You must have wore some pussy out. Or you tried
Hey,
to wear it out. It ain't
man,
there.
y'all answer that in the comments. Can you wear puss out?
I feel
Can
like
you
you
wear
can
pussy
wear
out?
pussy out.
You
Like,
can't wear that
don't
pussy.
do
You
that.
can't
I think you can too.
You know they got
Think about it.
these old
Think
rituals.
about
I know a baby could come out of it, come
Man,
back.
think about it. Think about it. That pussy been getting stomped and slammed in from age 15, 16 on up towards to 60.
60.
Okay,
Man,
but
they still getting that dick at 60. You know
But
what I'm saying?
Trey, hold on though,
pussy ain't gonna
because
be the
it's kind of
same.
like for the sake of the female too though, because after so long, you got to be a certain nigga to please her now.
No, man.
I disagree.
It depends.
Yeah,
Man,
that
I don't think you ain't got
What
to
the
get
what the
Bruh, for
thing
some-
is? It's
bruh.
the motion in the ocean or some old
Yeah.
shit.
Man, I don't believe in that shit, man. No motion.
I mean-
I don't know. Some girls say that shit.
Hold on,
Hold
hold on.
on. King Kong, something you can swing on. I don't want no
You
nigga
just
who come around.
disagreed with him saying that though.
Man, I don't
See
know.
what I'm saying?
I'm bipolar. You know
See what I'm
Oh,
saying?
alright.
That's exactly why I said that, because after so long, she needs certain shit to
No,
get right.
you gotta live. Yeah, you can work with if you please her in different ways.
Then it's
You
the
gotta keep
motion
it
of the
spicy.
ocean, like he said.
Yeah, but if you just small, I don't know, bro.
Hey, you know what this all I'm hearing in this conversation is standards, and that brings me to.
I mean,
Hold on, look. I want to ask you this question.
You talking about the freak league right now?
Get your freak freaknik shit out. Go ahead and get your closing out.
nah, what was your question?
Standards. I want to know if y'all feel like women who got higher standards, men or women,
As far as
Women,
what?
as far as relationships,
as far as the
Partner.
opposite sex. Yeah, partner.
women they want a man to have job, money, car, all this.
No.
I don't know. Some hoes will take a nigga and just.
I mean, as
bring
far
him
as who
home.
you choosing to be with or who you choosing
Men
to
to
just
fuck on.
fuck with. And
We gonna say relationship wise, cause you'll fuck on
To
anybody.
lock in on some solid
To lock
shit,
in.
men have higher
So,
standards.
like,
have
men-
higher standards.
Men,
have higher standards.
We just
To
talked
lock
about
in.
it. We
This
about
for
how
sure.
many niggas you done fuck.
We will fuck
Can you
anything.
Check this
cook? Can you
out.
clean?
they
Do
got
you
these
work?
hoes out. I guess they just worry about money, so they know high standards. Okay.
I'm gonna show
Most
you.
women just want you to provide security.
I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna tell you why. Most females in a lifetime, females gonna always have, for the most part, women have more boyfriends during their lifetime than men have girlfriends. Why? A dude, in my experience, a dude not just finna just bring anybody. It can be a lot of chicks that come through the window, that come through the back door, that come here for a good time, not a long time. But a man is gonna be real skeptical on who he comes sit in that front room. Hey, mom, this XYZ, woo to woo. From that alone, man, saying that to say, men have way less girlfriends. I feel like women grow up wanting something to be fulfilled, and in that they have more relationships than men have relationships, and on the back end, that's how they fall out like that. You agree or disagree?
I agree. Totally.
I agree.
Men have higher standards.
Men have higher
Because a
standards.
woman ain't just.
You right.
A woman give a nigga some cat 2-3 times. The first time she already classified this nigga as an old man.
Well, the fuck gotta be good. It gotta be good. Everybody make your old man that ain't good.
I mean,
He was not my old
You
man.
gotta
He was
think. You
nothing.
gotta think. Initially, a girl for the most part, y'all really just want a nigga for sure that's not scared to protect you at any cost and got some money. But for us, bruh, I want the whole nine.
Yes, I got a
lock you
question for
all
y'all. How
in.
many of y'all have been tricked? You thought them hoes had the old nine. Them hoes is bullshit now. How many of y'all thought, oh, this
Plenty.
my girlfriend? All right then. Everybody
Plenty,
can be
but
a
that
fool.
doesn't. But
They
that
fool
doesn't.
you.
But that doesn't change the fact that that's still what we looking for. So
Y'all
even if you willing to
different.
play that part in the
We
beginning,
fooled you.
that's what we was looking for. You know all the standards of what we looking for.
Foolishness.
You ever been tricked?
Who?
You talking to cool?
Shit, yeah, I got 2 children. What is wrong with you? I was supposed to have no children.
You saying that to say what?
My baby daddies tricked me. Then I got tricked twice.
Straight bullshit.
Straight bullshit. I ain't want no children. I can say it on camera. I supposed to have abortion. They didn't want me to have no abortion.
Y'all
I got
niggas
tricked.
bullshit, man.
They know they
Y'all
bullshit.
fucked up.
Then I ain't want no baby by none of y'all. Y'all, you gotta have a baby. Yeah, I got fooled twice. Have I been fooled the 3rd time? Fuck no. Yeah, it's going on 7 years. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Old boy, son, fool me again. Can't be fooled.
Yeah, bitch, you fooled me too. Bullshit ass bitch.
Yeah, tired of y'all.
Sheesh. That bad?
That was hot.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
We're gonna roll them. We're gonna put their names in the credits at the end.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
Shout out to y'all though. But bitch, you fooled me.
Shout out to y'all.
Man,
Bullshit.
Moving along. Cool. You was before the show started. You blurted out and made sure that you let us know that you felt some type of way as a female about the term happy wife, happy life.
yeah, because most females, like in relationships, they don't care about the dude's feelings. That's when I come in the party. I care about y'all feelings, y'all mental health, what y'all go through. Y'all gotta be
Shout
happy
out to
too.
you, man. That's why I
Understood,
fuck
too.
Sit
I
up
mean, I
straight,
got a lot
sit
of
up.
brothers and shit, and they go through shit with
And
they
you see them get
females.
blues by everybody.
I see y'all hoes losing my brothers, you feel me? But I just don't speak up on it because that ain't my place. I stay in my place.
Yeah.
But men got feelings too. They care too. Like, you gotta fuck with your dude the right way. How you feel about that, Tyler? What happy wife, happy life? Or happy house, happy spouse? What if y'all ain't married? How they go?
I mean, they go both ways, man.
What you was just saying a few seconds with bullshit. I don't agree with happy wife, happy life. That's the
Like they never happy.
The statement alone is pleasing one side.
Yeah.
Of
What
it.
about the other? What about the other part?
Yeah, that's. I ain't going for that one.
Like,
Happy
ladies,
wife.
do y'all think that if y'all knew, like, if y'all mean mental health was better in relationship, they'll understand you more? That's how I feel. Like, some girls, including myself sometimes, they want men to know what they think and I know what to do. I'm like that too sometimes. But then I gotta check myself and be like, he ain't know I was thinking like
You
that.
gotta use effective communication skills, man.
Hey, that's number one.
Be clear on what you want.
On
Be
what you
clear on
want.
what you expect. You know what I'm saying?
That's number one.
Both sides. Communication
Both.
is
The key.
it's very, very, very big in relationships and dealing with a partner, dealing with somebody else, because y'all different people. You know what I'm saying? I can't read your mind, you can't read mine. So
And I also want to get on this, like, when you're in a relationship for a long time, you are not the same person that you started off with. You feel me?
Right.
Everybody's changed, what can I say?
Grow.
Yeah, grow.
you could grow or you could degress. You know what
But
I'm
some
saying?
One
relationships,
or the
some
other.
people think
Nobody
that-
stay the same though.
Like, yeah, like you're the same. Some people still think, oh, they still have this mentality. It's like 3, 4, 5 years later, I don't feel the same no more about that.
But you gotta have somebody that's constantly chasing you though, because it's
What
like
you mean, like chasing you? I don't like that word.
like
It's just
when I
keeping
say when I say chasing you, I mean like there's always a thick competition out there for both of y'all. So it's like you gotta have somebody that's constantly working towards your approval every day. I want you to choose me every day. Out of everybody that you see today, I still want you to come back home and still feel like you made the right decision by choosing me today.
Now, what if you do that ain't enough, men or women? What if you do that and still ain't enough?
Man, one thing, me as a 30-year-old that have been in a long-term relationship.
How long have you been in a relationship?
About a decade.
Okay, you can talk on it, speak on it.
Man, I've come to find out that relationshiping, man, you gotta wake up. That's a job that you don't clock out of.
Never.
That effective communicating, that knowing what one's supposed to, the opposite won't. Man, that's a job you gotta wake up and put your clothes on every day and be prepared to do.
People get
do
too
the relationship.
People get too comfortable.
It don't supposed to be like that. That's when the relationship ain't right. It don't supposed to be like that. If you wake up and feel like your job is a relationship,
but that ain't right. But that's what I mean by you want somebody that's constantly chasing your approval. Because somebody that's comfortable, they don't care no more. Like they just comfortable. They feel like
something that's. I don't want nothing that's
so
forced.
You feel like it's supposed to be that easy? Nah, I'm not saying it's forced.
You want to do it.
With the constant,
no, what he was saying,
with the constant
like it's
growth,
a job. That's what the situation I'm in right now. I'd rather peace than a job. I don't want to feel like I'm working every day. I don't like going to work.
What he's saying is because you want to do it. It's not a job.
That's what you saying. That ain't what he's saying.
If that's the choice that one is making, and growth and evolution and changing is happening over time, every so often, like you say. Then of course that's a job. That's something I'm not a mind
I don't like
reader.
the term the job. I'm sorry.
But it's an everyday choice. However you want to put it, it's an everyday choice. It's a job. It's something that you're going to do.
Something that you have to try to do.
If you can.
If I'm in a relationship and I gotta try to be in that bitch, I don't want to be in it. I'm sorry.
Am I using the wrong term?
Yeah, yes, you saying job. You gotta trust to go to that job. That's an option.
I mean,
but you want your money.
Oh, but you want that pussy and that dick. Like, that's a choice.
So
I could just be single and don't worry about it. If I gotta wake up every day and
you
be
want
like,
that. You know, you want that person.
That's not a job. I don't like the word you.
It's a two-party effort.
A collaborative effort.
Collaborative effort. We got to understand where we going, what we want. We got to understand what it takes. What you want, got to accent what I want, vice versa. And I mean, if it's kind of organic, I think the shit just work.
Yeah, it just flow.
You know what I'm saying?
But
it ain't gonna never be just Bluebell and Peach Cobbler.
Right.
But it'll be difficult, but
you know what I'm saying? You got to always tell your woman she beautiful. You always got to tell your nigga you appreciate. It's just small shit like that, and I think that kind of keep the.
But that's not to put aside the times that you don't feel like doing those things, but you know you have
to. Ain't no such thing you don't feel like doing those things because you always feel like you want those things in return.
But no, you
so
do. You do always.
You ought to know you should give that. It's
right.
Give and take.
The only thing that I'm saying is realistically speaking, if we being realistic about it, like if I'm just gonna keep it straight, I don't feel like going to work and paying these bills. I really don't. But that makes me the man that I am, that I'm going anyway. That proves how much I really do love you because I'm doing stuff, even though I do not feel like it. I'm doing it because I do want to keep, just like that's why he's using the term job. Because you being real about it, you don't feel like going.
So
but you want your money.
You don't want no bitch, don't get no bitch.
No, you don't want to be by yourself.
You can quit a job, you can quit a bitch.
All I'm saying is, realistically speaking, all the stuff that you do, you don't feel like doing it all the time.
I'm like this. If I don't want to be in a relationship with you, if I feel like it's a job, I'm not going to do it.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all making a relationship sound like a task.
Yes.
Like a struggle.
It's definitely something that
guess
you don't
what?
stop
A job and a
at.
marriage is two different things. Just guess what? Like a job and a career is different. You can't quit your career.
Check this out. You said it's a collaborative effort, right?
Right.
That means it's a team effort, right?
Right.
Basketball team, football team.
Going around the world.
Whatever team, of course we coming into this game to win, right?
With the same goals.
But guess what? Periodically, play after play, quarter after quarter,
it might not turn out.
You tired.
We have to come up with these game plans and strategies to make sure that we still on the same page to get to this destination where we're going. Now, I'm sorry if I use the word work or job that made you look at it the other way, but that's all I'm saying. It's a constant effort.
In a real relationship, man, that's gonna be your. It's supposed to be your peace. It's supposed to be your happy place. After I leave my real job, I'm supposed to be able to come home to this relationship
and have
and forget about that real job.
Now I think about when I get home, I got this other job.
Yeah. Oh man, fuck! I'd have been in work.
But that's how some people feel though.
But don't get me wrong, like y'all are right, but it is still a work at a relationship that you constantly work towards every day.
I think she got when I reread
right.
it, I think she got it.
Oh, y'all trying to make me get it. I said understood.
Oh yeah,
No, but still what I'm saying and what I think he's saying too is though it's still something that you work at constantly. You don't like it's not like because I feel like the way that you saying it, I feel like that's where people get complacent. That's where people get way too comfortable. They let themselves go.
It's a woman. Sometimes you got to change the
verbiage.
No,
because I'm kind of leaning in her direction too. Like
I mean, it's
after being in relationships and failed relationships and.
Nobody want to come on and feel like I got to deal with you.
Yes, I don't want to. If I feel like
y'all supposed to be there.
Yeah, I want to be able to go home to this hill.
Yeah, I can't wait till I get home to my bitch and my
It ain't always sweet. That's just the bottom line.
But even though it ain't sweet, you still want to be there.
But think about what you're saying. You want to be able to come home to what? What you want to be able to come home to? Once you got off work, explain to me what you expect.
Relationship, peace.
When it ain't blueberries and peach cobbler, I'm just saying we revisiting the.
That's all I'm saying.
We're individuals first.
Correct. I think a lot of
people
forget that.
So with that being said, how many times do you come home and it's automatic? It's for sure. It's 100. If you don't know nothing for sure, you're gonna get the exact same thing every single time.
You're not gonna get that.
So with that being said, everything that you love to come home to, sometimes she don't feel like doing it, and you understand that. Am I right?
That's the individuality and knowing that this is the real world. Yeah. I come home and I can.
But that's the only thing that I'm personally saying though is that it's still something that you work towards doing because you don't feel like doing it all the time.
Doing stuff that can be a goal, it has to be a job.
Just because you're not preparing this space for me when I come home, don't mean you got to invade this space that I can put myself in either.
If you call your bitch a job, you ain't happy, you don't want to be it. A point blank period. My relationship is a job.
I think that's why a lot of relationships fail because we just
you want to work and you doing too much. Yeah, I gotta do it.
Putting up with
you ain't gotta be there. You ain't happy.
You know, man, that shit is a real collective effort.
I don't know. I feel like relationships fail because people get too.
I feel like relationships fail because people get comfortable and people sit around. I feel like relationships come back when people don't leave. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. No.
When you get comfortable, you ain't telling your woman she look good no more. Y'all put clothes on a Friday night and go out to eat or whatever.
Or she don't look good no more.
When you pay,
I just had a conversation with somebody.
I'm just saying, or she don't look like women be like. I'm not gonna say women because I feel like both sides do this, but people like to say, you know, you got to love me for who I am, but then 10 years from now, you not the same person. It's really just because you got comfortable. When I met you, you was going to the gym and shit. But now that you done fell in love, now you just eat all throughout the night. You done gained 50 pounds. Like, you stopped giving a fuck. So you done got way too comfortable.
So you don't your girl she gained weight? Like that?
I'm about to say.
I feel like attraction in a relationship is necessary. Yes. I need to be attracted to you.
But you can be attracted to different things. We attract to her heart and her mind and not her face.
I mean, no, we gonna...
No.
Yeah, we ain't finna get to 50.
I'm not letting you do that. But that's what I'm saying about people get too comfortable sometimes. And we get too comfortable not saying shit because we let them be off that, oh, you got to love me for who I am.
That's a part of adding to that relationship though, shit. That's
the part of working the relationship. You got to work on yourself to still make yourself look appealing to the person that you with. It's still work at the end of the day.
I believe in that because I don't want no bad bill money. So.
Thank you.
Like a man
so you want me to work on myself every day to still look good for you.
Yes.
Well, then you need to work on yourself every day to still look good to me. It's still a job. Get to work. Fuck that. Right? Get to work.
I'm down with all the men getting the lipo, ab stuff. Do your thing.
You can't be.
I want y'all to look
You gotta kill an ego. You gotta kill an ego on both sides.
For me?
That's a no ego zone when you talk about relationships with the male and female. We two different genders. We individuals first. If we gon'
and women gain more weight than men, so.
And like I was just saying. I mean, shit. I'm gonna lose my hair. I'm gonna get a real good. I mean, it's as we get older, our body's gonna change. I can't hit as long as I used to That's a part of a relationship. That's the longevity of it. Everything
life.
like that's gonna
That's
change.
past a relationship. That's life.
But I'm sorry
I'm
though.
not
Like I
gonna
feel
put no
like
physical attributes on it if I love you.
what you
know
said.
I'm
What
saying?
you said we do in Trench Talk. We make each other accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I still feel like you have to be accountable for yourself. I hate to tell you this, my nigga, but you losing your hair and getting a beer belly, that is not healthy for you, regardless of the woman. Regardless of the woman. So with that being said, we not making no excuse for the fact that life happens. So I might pop out a little bit. No, take care of yourself. Take care of
my
yourself.
hairline hereditary though.
Hey,
That's what I'm saying though. You that type of shit like with your hair, you can't help that. No, but you gonna do necessary to make yourself. You're not gonna try to. You're not gonna try to hold on to a couple of pieces though.
hey, and don't give me no cliche answer. I want to know who y'all think better to deal with the situation: a real man or a real nigga.
To deal with what situation?
To deal with these women and this understanding.
What's a real nigga?
I mean that term that don't even fit in the equation.
I don't think they got two different. I don't think that there's two different like viewpoints as far when you dealing with a woman as far as a real nigga and a real man. I feel like a male is a male either way it goes. Like a male is like what they like. They don't like what they don't like, and I feel like that goes across the board from real nigga to real man.
The woman of today's society then made real nigga a thing, so we can't just overlook it. I agree.
I don't think the women. I think they make men that make that real, not women. A woman ain't never want a real nigga. One want a real man. Niggas want to be real niggas. We don't give a fuck about you, no real nigga. I mean, you
to me, real niggas are falling for the shit that women are talking about. Real men are standing on what real men stand.
To me, real niggas are falling for the shit that a real nigga is a term that niggas use, not women.
No, that's something that females would say. We a real nigga because
they mean real men though. They don't mean it.
What'd you say?
Women say all the time a real nigga would, a real nigga
don't.
They really mean a real man. They don't mean no real nigga like streetwise.
I can only take you for what you say, and again, they go back to that accountability piece. Man, say what you mean and mean what you say. I'm not no mind reader. They talk about real niggas.
For me, one thing, I'm not gender. One real nigga means street to me.
I hate to
a
tell
real
you
man
this,
mean
a real man cool not listening to no woman like that.
What the fuck you talking about?
Like not like to the point.
I had a real man listen to me.
I think a real man to collaborate with a woman.
I'm saying not collaborate with a woman. Yeah, he'll collaborate with a woman, but with like.
Oh man.
What I'm saying is a real man is not like he's not folding for like he like what he like. He's not gonna let you trick his mind into liking makeup or liking weave or liking you want to do stuff to your body. No, I like you to be like this. But y'all would consider a real nigga to be a nigga that allows you to be whoever you want to be.
No, I don't know what type of real bitches you fucking with. That ain't it.
No, that's not about real bitches. This about the niggas that y'all will call a real nigga. Is a nigga that will accept the fact that y'all will call a real nigga a nigga that will accept the fact that you gain weight. A nigga that will accept the fact that you like to wear weave.
No, that's your husband.
Hey, check this out. I just took this little class a couple weeks ago actually. And the first question in the class, the first entry in the journal was, what's your definition of a real man? And we had to answer that in the class. So I think first you got to identify what you say a real nigga is and what you say a real man is. Then you put yourself in whatever category. Mm-hmm. But a real man just going to do certain shit. We too old to want to be a real nigga. That's just a term we use, nigga.
Yeah.
I think. You know what I'm saying? So you just conduct yourself as a real man, I think you ain't gonna fall short.
First.
Period.
I agree.
That nigga shit, it fall to the wayside. I mean,
I feel like that street. That's why I said that go back to streets on real
niggas. You know what I'm
niggas.
saying? That's kind of.
A real man has standards.
I ain't never heard a real nigga say I'm a real man.
Moral.
He doesn't even talk to a certain type of female. I don't even waste my time.
A real man, I ain't gonna say he a real nigga.
I don't waste my time even trying to turn you into something. I'm gonna go after what I go after. So I agree with that because a real man, he stand for something. So if I see you in a certain light, or I see you portraying yourself a certain way, or I got to deal with certain shit, I'm not even about to try to even convince you otherwise. Because they got niggas out here that's for you, and I ain't one of them. Because I don't like what I see. So a real man, I'm not even about to try to really even argue with that. If I got to argue with you, I'm not even about to deal with that.
You got nothing to worry about.
I know what I'm looking for, basically. So you're right. You're not even gonna deal with certain shit because you're gonna move a certain way, and your search is gonna be accordingly for as far as who you dealing with.
Even in hearing you say that a real man sprout at some point. I think a lot of dudes get, they get defined based on going through their boyish phases. You know, they've been telling you a long time, women
Growing pains.
mature a lot faster than dudes.
Especially coming up how we come up, you know what I'm saying, raised by women and not having a daddy immediately at home, not having you know what I'm saying, seeing a man go, I know a lot of us, we was raised and we mimicked real niggas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we kind of familiar with the term, you know what I'm saying, like my daddy was a real nigga. I mean, that's just what it is. My uncles was real niggas. That's what I would call them. You know what I'm saying? The ones that was real men, I don't really know them. You know what I'm saying? My uncle that's, living a productive, constructive life, I really don't know him.
But don't you think?
I saw them on Sundays at church, and I just thought they was real men because what I seen on Sundays with them and their family. You know what I'm saying? So.
But don't you think that that's why like women are kind of looked at to mature faster too? Because what we see, it's not, as we grow up, we learn it's not all of what we see. The way that we have to learn, we learn by more so trial and error versus women who are really physically taught more. We were supposed to be taught by our fathers to be those real niggas that we looked up at, but they was too busy being the niggas that they was. So all we did was saw it.
Women raised to be independent.
I think women are ushered into that maturity state earlier because of what just because of life, period. You know what I'm saying? You got to establish independence. You're a woman, you're a female, you know what I'm saying? You can't let no nigga walk over you, so you got to get you some game. You got to get you some knowledge of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women ain't had their daddies at home either. They ain't really have shit as mothers, you know what I'm saying? So they feel their way through it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? 18, 19, damn, I got to get my shit together. I done been with 2, 3, or XYZ number niggas. I got 2, 3 children, whatever. So now I got to regroup and get my shit together. Now you're going to see a different person going 22, you know what I'm saying, versus a 22-year-old nigga who got 2, 3 children, 2, 3 baby mom. It's just...
But how do you teach your daughter that, like, especially you as the man, how do you teach your daughter that balance of being able to be independent but yet being able to submit to a man at the same time?
I'm clueless. I have all boys. I thank God for it.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's the only tricky part about a lot of women is that I feel like most fathers would just try to train them to be independent, but that don't go how you think it's gonna go because then they are too independent. They don't get no balance of.
I don't think it's such a thing as you teaching them to be independent. I think it's more so, and even I'm just gonna bring it down to a surface level. That's a thing.
Yeah, because you got daughters.
That's a thing.
So how do you gauge that?
That's a thing of raising your daughter. I feel like making sure your daughter, you as a father, opening every door that your daughter got to go through, so she know that be it's just you raise them up. I don't know what the Bible say. You raise them up. I forget I ain't the most religious person to be knowing all the scripture, but you keep it 100
a certain way, and when they grown up the way you want them to go, and they want it when they grown.
Man, I'm gonna raise my daughter up. I'm gonna keep it a buck with her. I'm gonna talk to her like I feel like a man's supposed to talk to her. I'm gonna give her gestures and stuff that I feel like man's supposed to do.
So you can teach her
but still, as a young lady, that's what she have to feel her way through. Her daddy and her parents, that's just your job to give them the tools.
So either way it goes. Basically, the only real way to really be able to teach them is really staying together with their mother. Then, because at the end of the day, that's how you show them by staying with their mother and letting them see the roles through y'all.
That would be the ultimate demonstration, but that don't mean her life gonna mimic that.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. Their life don't mimic that, but that's why I was just saying that's where the balance of the teaching is supposed to come from, though, right?
Right. Because they computers. You know what I'm saying?
Or sponges.
They download every day what they see, what they hear.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what you showing them is only what they what they understand. So if you showing them that, man, I got a different woman.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like if you with a woman, if you with her mother, how are you showing her independence?
Hey, I'm gonna speak for today, 2020.
Because her mother is dependent on you.
Check this out.
Man, women always got their own bank account, their own money.
Scratch that part. I'm gonna tell you where the other 50% of this come in at, and this was something he spoke to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what you said. Something letting kids be kids. I don't know where that thought come from, but
that's tough.
I mean,
in 2023,
I was playing with the baby about a boyfriend. But I mean,
that's what you do.
We on certain shit they not supposed to see, certain shit they not supposed to witness, certain shit they not supposed to hear. You know what I'm saying? As time grow, as they can understand situations, then you expose them to situations. You could talk to them, and they hear me and their mom in the room arguing or fussing or have a certain conversation about something else, and I feel like she or he may have heard it. Then I come back later and revisit the conversation with them and explain it to them the best I can. Hey, me and mom was talking about XYZ because of XYZ. Or it's communication. Still the same thing.
So you basically feel like you're arguing in front of the kids.
Listen, Trey,
that ain't healthy at all.
about the boyfriend. They got kids out here saying they want girlfriends.
Hold on.
Let's get back about the boyfriend.
yeah, you gotta clean that up.
I ain't gonna feel attacked because guess what? They got kids out here that age saying, I'm a boy, I'm a girl, I want a girlfriend. It's cool, let them be them. But if the heterosexual say they want a boyfriend or girlfriend, it's a problem at a young age.
And look, this is an accountability show, and I got boys, right?
Yes. I got both.
I have a 6-year-old. I ask him all the time, you got a girlfriend?
What do you say?
He say, yeah, and I smile about it. So I guess my sexist bias ways come into play when I'm talking to a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm expecting.
No,
That's what I'm saying. It's gender. I'm expecting this little boy to like girls.
But I agree. But I do agree with what she's saying too, though, because I actually got an opposite answer from my son because my son's the same age. My son is 6. He's about to be 7, and I ask him all the time, "You got a girlfriend?" And just the other day, we was driving down the street, and I was telling him about all the trouble that I got into when I was his age. Because when I was his age, I got into a lot of trouble messing around with them girls. I was liking girls. My mama whooped me in front of the class because I slapped a little girl on the butt in the 1st grade, walking in the hallway. I wanted them girls, so I asked him stuff like that because I know how I was. And this dude, real talk, that nigga looked at me and said, I think I'm a different kind of boy. Boy, I almost wrecked my car. Cause I was like, what you mean? What you talking about? And then he said, I think that I'm gonna get a girlfriend when I'm older, like 25. But it scared me because the first thing that I was thinking was, what you mean you a different kind of boy? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we care.
Boy, we'd have been traumatized, boy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean,
my son gave me an answer similar to that. And I don't know,
They still kids.
You got a little girlfriend. No.
And they don't even understand when you saying girlfriend or boyfriend. Some of them,
it's a negative connotation to it.
Yeah.
Some of them thinking you talking about a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They ain't think you talking about a counterpart or you know what I'm saying. So I mean, I guess it's based on what this the kid. You know what I'm saying? Some of them
their knowledge.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean...
Yeah, because
we are traumatized, though, boy. We traumatized like a mug, bro.
My son doesn't want a girlfriend because he say, girls give you trouble. You go to jail when you get a girlfriend. Girls bring too much drama. He done looked at my brother's life, and my son, his answer was different from y'all's son. Guess what he say? I don't have time for no girlfriend, man. They get you too much trouble, too much drama, man. I would just be with my mama. I say, that's right, baby. Be with your mama. Come to mama.
That's crazy. Kids pay attention.
Until mama get tired of that boy being that grown ass man up in their house.
Yes, because he's a man now. He's have to be 9.
Bro, I got to ask this though. I got to ask this before we veer off this topic because you said your son responded a certain type of way. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious. What you would have thought? What your response would have been if he would have said the opposite? If he would have said what you was thinking? I don't like girls. What your response would have been?
Right there.
See, that's tricky because I know what the other parent feel about that. So that would have been something that I would have felt like I'm in a tight spot on what I should say because whatever I say, or at least for sure how I feel about it, me and her don't agree on it.
Say, bro,
Like me and her have already had those conversations. We had those conversations when she was pregnant with my son. Is that, you know, I know we don't really agree on how we feel about stuff like that. Nah, because I know, you know, what today's world say about stuff like this, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm low-key stuck in my ways on this. I wasn't brought up on that. We don't play them type of games. We don't accept that at all whatsoever. So even if regardless of what's going on, yes, you my
real
child.
Subjective.
Yeah.
Say, bro,
I'm accepting my turn.
That's a rabbit hole.
I'm dealing with the
We could have
LGBTQ.
started that
I'm
one 30
accepting.
minutes ago, but I got to say this when you close it. I feel the same way you feel. Boy, you got the game fucked up.
Man,
But at the same time, and I feel confident with my 4 boys, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know this is one of them. This is a world that we don't have no control over.
We don't.
And
Let love
people
move.
are very impressionable. What you say to a person could last forever. You know what I'm saying? What you say to a person could lead them to somewhere you never thought it'd go.
Mm-hmm.
So given that, my child, I mean, I've just got to, man, damn, bro.
Choke it. Take it to the
Look.
I got to express my view on it, but I still got to love you, and I can't
They already
change on
love
you. in
you.
spite
And that's
of
what I was
you.
going to say. I feel like you
They
not
already
wrong.
love you.
I personally feel like you not wrong for not accepting that. Yes, that's still your child, but you do not have to accept it. I don't have to agree with that. Matter of fact, how I feel, because
gotta
I didn't
accept
want
it,
to, I didn't
you
want to really necessarily say that I would just put my child away, but I feel like that's where we would just have to be to the point to where I'm gonna set boundaries. Certain things now you really can't come talk to me about. You can't talk to me about relationship.
I ain't about to
But
do
you can't
that.
though.
I
How
ain't
you
about
supposed
to
to
do
talk
that.
to me
Hey,
about your boyfriend?
hey.
How?
Because it's still a relationship. It's not
You
sex.
can't close that
Yeah, you
door
can't close
with
that
your
door.
Yeah,
child.
that's what you don't want to
That's
do.
what I-
So that means don't
that's
even
what
tell
I
me
feel.
about none of that. About relationship, about your boyfriend, nothing. Don't bring no punk shit around.
We have to agree to disagree.
Y'all
That's what we
can,
have
but
to do.
it's
That's
a
a
difference
difference
between you with
in
sex and agree to
that
disagree
and-
than not talking to me at all about nothing.
That line
You're
is
shutting
so
him
fine, it's
off.
almost invisible.
You can't do
You know what
that.
I'm saying? So
That comes
that's
down,
why I
but
asked
that
it.
comes down to belief, though. That's why, like you said, that's a rabbit hole. That's a rabbit hole because that comes down to belief.
We're gonna have to revisit that one next
Yeah,
week.
next
Man, raise them. What is it? Raise them up as you what?
Raise a child in the way that he should go when he's grown. He will not depart from the Ephesians 6:1. That's what it is, I think.
In Jesus' name. And man, y'all got anything else
That's it.
y'all wanted to speak on? Questions, comments, or concern? I know I sure appreciate y'all. Trey, Aaron, cool. Trench Talk TV. It was great. Man, we're gonna do this every Sunday. Man, y'all tie the comments up, and we're gonna see y'all next time. That's Trench Talk TV signing out.